So it's in 7 months, roughly. It's on the 26th of November this year. It's at Flaxton Gardens in the Sunshine Coast hinterland. The colour theme is pretty neutral. It's kind of like a palette to work off, because everyone's going to be all dressed up. We might be organising fascinators and things like that for the guests to wear, so they can come, and so that's going to bring a lot of colour to the room already. And then in regards to like the bridesmaids' dresses, just a deep purple, and we're kind of wanting it to be like elegant and intimate. So, and then also show little bits and pieces of ourselves here and there to make it our own. Not yet. We've got two options. So we've got either going to Fiji and doing a full luxury honeymoon for a week, or we can do 2 to 3 weeks in the south of Australia and Victoria, so doing the Great Ocean Road and stuff like that, which Michael, my partner, is more excited about than Fiji, and it's a lot more affordable as well. Yes. We're looking at about probably $15,000 to $20,000. So yeah, we'll give or take, see how we go. Sacrifices would be the cars and the music, and also the stationery. I'm doing a little bit of that myself, so I'm cutting costs on that. But the splurges is the venue, the dress. Yeah, lots of splurging. It's a bit of a split in regards to that. So my parents are paying for the major things like the venue, the part of my dress, the honeymoon, the photographer, which is quite a splurge, and then we're covering things like the celebrant, our rings, the suits, our gifts to the bridesmaids and the groomsmen, and then my groom's partner, my groom's parents are paying for the alcohol and the music and things like that. A little bit of advice in the budget side of things, like breaking down the budget and doing spreadsheets and stuff to try and keep track on all that kind of stuff. So that's been the main stuff, and then whatever I can do myself to do it, to try and save money. Because I study graphic design, I'm doing a lot of the invitations and stationery myself, which is helpful. I was going to do the flowers myself, because my grandmother's done a course in floristry, but we're still looking into wholesale prices and things like that for that. So yeah, I am trying to cut corners wherever I can. My parents, surprisingly, have been like, they've given me the budget, but they've always said to me, if there's anything you want that is going to go outside that budget, you know, talk to us first. We're not going to totally say no to it. They want me to have everything that I would like on the day and everything that Michael would like. Obviously, I feel a bit limited because I don't want to splurge too much. It's just it's one day, you know, like, and spending more than $20,000 on a single day is insane in my eyes. So I'm trying my hardest to limit and try and get the cheapest price and things like that, because I don't want them to have to spend all that money just for a day. Michael's parents, they haven't been too, you know, involved, I suppose, so far, merely because they don't agree with it. They think we're too young and that we should be spending money on travelling or uni before getting married. So there's a bit of a disagreement there, and with that they haven't really put their hand out to help much. Well, that's been a big thing, because of our age, because of his family's got a lot of divorce in it, so they don't have a good view of marriage in the first place, and they can't understand why we are getting married. They feel like we are being pressured by society, but we're not. So it's like, and also because we live together already, it's not a big change lifestyle wise, it's just, you know, a commitment to each other. And I don't think they see it that way. They just have their own views on it. And also, it's been funny, like, with the whole engagement, because we actually got engaged when he was 19 and I was 20. Their reactions to it's been really interesting. Like, even from, obviously his family were devastated. My family were over the moon excited, which was surprising, because usually I would think it would be the bride's family that was a bit more, you know. And then also, like, when people talk to us or ask us, you know, some people our age are like, oh my God, you know, you're getting married at your age? You know, and then they ask all these questions, like they almost interrogate, like, how long have you been together, how old are you, what do you plan to do afterwards? They ask all these questions, and these are people that don't really know us that well as well. So it's been interesting seeing the reaction to young people getting engaged at least. So it's been a bit of a mix. Michael's family, and I'm not picking on them, but they were obviously had a negative view on it. Looking from their walk of life and all that kind of stuff, they couldn't understand why we're doing it so young. They think that we should be doing it when we're in our 30s or something like that, and they think that because we're so young we'll go through a period of change and we might grow apart. So that's their view. In regards to my family and friends, they have been like, yeah, you guys are young, but it's great that you're able to start together in life. You're not already having pre-existing mortgages, pre-existing wages, because a lot of my parents' friends are older and haven't been married, and they said that they are finding it difficult to blend their two lives together with their partner and talk about marriage, because they've always looked after themselves, and they said that they would have rather have started out where Michael and I are and built the life together from the very beginning, then build it on your own and then try to bring it together kind of thing later in life. So yeah, they've been overall positive, but it's interesting to see people's opinions on it in that regard, like later in life or earlier in life. At the beginning it really upset me because, and especially from his family, because I didn't think that they were accepting me. I thought it was me, but it wasn't me. It was just the actual engagement part. It wasn't who. So that upset me a lot. I thought it was me, and I didn't feel like I was welcome in their family and all that kind of stuff. Since then they've kind of come around and assured me that it's not me, and that it was just they have a different view, and that's that. I don't know if I've noticed it because I am, or whether or not it's the case, but I have a lot of friends that are getting married at my age. I can think of at least 4 or 5 people that I know closely that are engaged, at least, and then I've got a couple of people that are already married or getting married at the beginning of next year. So yeah, it seems to have taken a turn a bit, because in the past, with the past generations, it's like getting married later in life, but now it's like it's switched again. And when my parents were getting married, it was the thing to do for their generation, so it's like it's done a circle. It could differ, obviously, financially, because they'll probably be more stable place, jobs, things like that. They've also probably done a lot of their travelling and things like that, so they're ready to settle down and do the typical thing after a wedding, which is, you know, have children, buy a house, things like that, if they haven't already got it. With younger people, like especially just with me, you know, having to have my parents help with the wedding and to pay for it, and then also, you know, we're not doing the typical settle down, buy a house, you know, kind of thing. We want to travel the world, and kids and things like that are a few years off yet, at least. So yeah, it's different, I think, in that regard. In regards to like the actual wedding, it just depends on the person and the couple. Like, you can get conservative younger people as well as older people in regards to, you know, keeping it basic and all that kind of stuff. But I think with the I don't know, it just really depends on the person, because you can get older people that want to have a big lavish wedding and show off their money and all that kind of stuff, as well as younger kids or younger people wanting to do that as well. So yeah, it depends on the person, but I think definitely financially. Doing it by myself, because all my family and my friends, they're all in Sydney and Melbourne, so I'm just here by myself in Brisbane, so that's probably been the hardest part, is just having to organise everything myself. Try and get as much help as you can, like delegating different tasks, even like wherever you can. Be organised, because especially with my situation being in uni and also travelling to America in a month, for a month, you've got to be organised. So I've gone and I've done a lot of my planning before the start of this year. So, and it also opens up a lot of options, whereas if you leave it to the last minute, you find that you're very limited because they're all booked out. You know, your florists get booked out really quickly, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, get organised and get in early.